False face, huh? False face. Nice. Oh, you're enjoying Wine Wednesday, aren't you, Scott?
So that bottle that I cracked open a couple of weeks ago, like this, literally, this is what I just took the bottle and just
Blip, 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 blip.
until it was done. Like this was the end of the bottle. I was like, nope, the bottle is being. This is a finishing off the bottle kind of night. Can you tell what kind of day I've had?
Well, I think people kind of assume that since we're a half hour, we had to bump it a half an hour. So
I'm so glad we did. Like it really, like half an hour was perfect. It was my fault, guys.
All good.
Just a little life update. Had a unexpected death in the family as of yesterday. Which was then bounced out by the fact that I was told I'm getting promoted yesterday. It was a weird thing.
Okay. It was such a weird thing because, yeah, like Scott, in a group chat, lets it be known that he got promoted, which is great. And then
I've been working on this for 2 years.
Yes,
this is a promotion.
Obviously
2 years in the making.
Yeah, Scott, he went from teaching to basically, going into the grocery store business, and he's worked his way up and he's been busting his ass, which is, it's not easy to do, to change careers, but you've done a fantastic job. And it's like something like that. It's like freaking awesome, man. But then all of a sudden,
actually, the funny thing was the funny thing. Sorry, wrong.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
yeah, no, poor choice of words.
Yeah.
We found about the death of the family 10 minutes before I left for work.
That's so, oh man.
So, and then, and I knew there was going to be a meeting with my district manager that day. So there was like that spider senses tingling, like is today the day? And then once I got to work, people were talking to me like, oh, y'all know. Okay. Like,
yeah.
My store manager was like, oh, okay. Yeah. And then it happened. So it was great because I was able to call my wife, because the death was on my wife's side of the family. So it was great to call my wife and go, honey, I got promoted, because we've been waiting for this for so long.
Yeah.
And it helped. It helped.
It did.
With the day.
And it was your wife's uncle, right?
Yes, my wife's uncle. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, condolences, of course.
Yeah, he was only 59, so it was it was kind of rough. And then today something you brought up right before we got started. What were you about to say? Because I said I was gonna talk about like pre-show.
What was I gonna say? Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Alabama, you're getting a nice little storm that's going to be rolling in. I just know this because good old Clone Avenger, who's saying, sorry for the death in Fanning, but congrats. He's an Alabamian also, and he said during the members only stream that was public, I made the mistake of making the members only stream tonight public. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, why are there people here that are not members? Oh, shit.
It's a taste it's a taste.
I was like, you know what? It's a freebie tonight. There you go. Anyways, but he was saying, because I know the East is just getting, winter storms like crazy, and apparently Alabama is going to be getting a little touch of it. A little touch,
but like it's
not the whole state.
Not the whole state, right? But that doesn't matter. So people lose their damn minds.
Yes.
And I work at a grocery store.
Oh, yeah, there's that too. Anytime that happens, people start buying up that toilet paper, huh?
No, for us it's bread and milk. Bread and milk.
I know. I'm making more of a COVID joke.
You think more of a COVID joke, right?
Yeah.
But yesterday was rough when we were trying to change all the days.
See, he even said he got it right there. All bread milk gone. Yes. So there you go.
But no, and then today, and I'm going in for overtime. So my day off tomorrow is turned into a work day, and just so I was at work. My wife had to go out of town for the funeral, so my parents were helping out, and so I was going to DM Dave. It's just like, I need half an hour. I need half an hour, and half an hour was perfect. So thank you everyone for sticking around for an extra half hour for the show. Scott has had a lot of
Indeed, and yeah, we got
but
Eric also
I
saying rest in peace too, and he
yes.
also said, "Told you he survived," which of course he's talking about the Stalker. When we get into
Stalker,
the
yes,
episode, yes,
yes.
we'll get into that. But what were we gonna say?
I got a treat today though.
Ooh, you got a treat. You got
I
a
got a
treat.
treat. I got a
Treats are
treat
fun.
because y'all. I think anyone who knows me at all, either through Squadcast or this, what would you say, Dave? So here's the quiz. Here's the pop quiz for you, Dave. What is my favorite graphic novel of all time?
Damn, I should know this, but I'm like, God, what could it be? It's
Okay,
got to be a Batman comic.
it's a
got to be
Batman.
a
Okay,
Batman.
I'm going to give you that. Yes, it's a Batman
Yeah,
comic.
it's definitely a Batman graphic novel. It wouldn't. I don't think it'd be Dark Knight Returns. Is it?
I own every
Okay.
edition of Dark Knight Returns.
I just thought it was going to be something a little bit more for something. Yeah. Okay.
No. I love the Dark Knight
Yes.
Returns. That's why BVS was such a big deal for me. Was like it was, the way Zach talks about the Dark Knight Returns is like the way I talk about the Dark Knight Returns.
Mhm.
I always tell the famous story about how I read it when I was 7.
That's right. Yeah, you have. Which is not for 7-year-olds.
No.
Definitely not for 7.
Not for 7-year-olds. So this came in today. Finally.
Nice.
Okay.
Anxiously waiting. Perfect timing too, because Zach posted that image on.
Oh yes,
where he had it conveniently like right in the background, which was awesome. Anyways, let's check it out. Let's full screen it here. What the heck did they just? All right, I don't even know how to full screen anymore. What the hell?
Oh,
what the hell? StreamYard? It used to be right here. Oh, okay.
Did you find it yet?
No. They because they made it its own thing. Jesus Christ. Okay.
So this arrived today. This is you know what I gotta do? I gotta turn off the portrait on the portrait mode of my webcam because it blurs.
Your face is clear, but everything
else. Yes, exactly. Yes. There we go. Let's turn that off. So this came in today. This is the Dark Knight Returns Batman hot toy.
Nice.
So let me show it off because the funny thing is that then also I got the email today that my Batfleck armored Batman hot toy is arriving in the warehouse within 6 days.
And you ordered that one first, right?
A year before I ordered this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
You sent me the message and that was like, it's pretty funny because it's like,
so nice. I'm gonna do this because the thing is that what you're gonna see is you're just gonna see like the toy with just like all the accessories and stuff, but look
at that beast! Holy shit! Look at that beast!
It comes with the rifle and
all the different faces and stuff.
All the different faces, batarangs. 4 different hands because you've got like fist hands, you've got batarang holding hands, you've got the hands so that you can actually like hold the rifle.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. So it's got 5 different batarangs, 3 different faces, the rifle, so 3 different pairs of hands. It's a cloth cape. So yeah, I thought people would appreciate seeing that. I will, like I did with my Batfleck, my BVS Batfleck, I will do a complete like
unboxing.
But I don't do like a here, watch me unbox. I do a time lapsing and I make sure it's the interesting parts,
Indeed.
Yeah. And then I'll find I think I'm gonna pose him with the rifle. I think that's the shot I'm gonna go for.
Why not?
Because when I posed my BVS Batfleck, I did the right after the Dark Knight Returns homage shot, like because when he's getting away from Doomsday and he like shoots his grappling gun, and he like grabs on, and then it gets the lightning bolt behind it. I went for the pose, which is the next shot, which is when he flips around to shoot off the grappling gun before Doomsday's heat vision. So that's how I've got him posed right here.
Awesome.
But I love Dark Knight Returns so much that there is a display table right in front of my podcast computer desk station that is like every Dark Knight Returns related statue or action figure that I have is displayed like right in front of here. And then underneath on a cabinet underneath all my BVS statues from McFarlane and DC Collectibles, I had the complete Dark Knight Returns collection of Funko Pops. They did 7 Funko Pops for the Dark Knight Returns. And so I've got all of those. So yes, I'm a huge, so this is my, because I ordered the Armored Batman like a year before this one came out.
That's so funny.
Armored Batman will be the next one that arrives. This was the last hot toy that I ordered, and I'm waiting to see if it will remain for the time being like my last. Like, Scott needs to stop with the hot toys. Like, that was a terrible thing to get into because I started off with the black suit Superman and the Nightmare Batman. Then I got the Flash Batfleck with the Bat Cycle and the Keaton Batman from the Flash. Then I got the once the BVS Batfleck started coming out, I was like, no, I as long as you put out a Batfleck hot toy,
yeah,
it is getting bought. I mean, at this point, I don't know if there's another variation of Batfleck, unless they do like a redo of like the tactical suit.
Yeah, I was about to say it was like a tactical, maybe that would be about it. But other than that, there shouldn't be.
Other than that, the only thing I'm thinking about is if they did because these Batflecks are 2.0s. They've gone back and they've redone previous ones they did like around BVS, and they've made improvements and additions that make them worth getting the 2.0s. So the only thing that I could see besides getting a tactical suit Justice League Batman, which that suit's not my favorite. Like, that suit's not my personal favorite.
No.
But I would get it if they made a hot toy of it. I'm just being honest.
Well, I mean, the only thing that they could probably do is like the standard Justice League costume, right? They didn't do one of those, right?
They didn't do one of those, but it's almost the BVS suit.
Yeah, it's like it's funny because I mean, and a lot of people just because I mean, with every movie they always have to like upgrade the suits. Just even if it's subtle, there's always like an upgrade. And you know, when it came to the standard bat suit from BVS to Justice League, it's like, yeah, they did something to it, and a lot of people didn't like how they made the ears of the cowl because it kind of was like, and I get that. It didn't bother me all that much. I mean, but the BVS suit, they should have just kept it because that suit's just But and then the tactical suit, I understand why it's there, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. But you know, I'm like, you know, the armored suit and the regular BVS suit is just so fucking cool.
I do know that because of the upgrades to the 2.0, the head I'm going to use, because I got like the highest end of the armored Batman, so I'm going to have like the damaged helmet with, you know, like his face showing out of it, like with the kryptonite spear. So I'm gonna, because there's gonna be a base that comes with it that you can shove the spear into the ground.
Oh, that's so cool! That's so cool.
So I'll show that off when that comes.
Yeah.
The only other thing I could imagine they could do is if they did a 2.0 release of Superman in the red and blue. Like if you do Cavill Superman in the red and blue, since I've got Cavill in the black suit, I could see myself going, okay, I'll do it for a upgraded red and blue suit.
And we got a couple questions in the chat too that I would like to bring up. Well, first off, because I brought this up in the Film Junkie Live tonight, because you know, with the whole Zach posting that, and I was like, and I remember I made a video about him talking about his version of Dark Knight Returns, and then when he was being interviewed, they asked like, who would you cast? Because he wouldn't do Ben Affleck. He brought up Howie Long. Do you know who Howie Long is?
I do not know who Howie Long is.
Howie Long, he was a ex NFL player. He's now a commentator. Let's see. I could probably bring up a picture of Howie Long. And
I feel like we're doing the tangent here at the beginning. We
oh yeah, we're totally doing it big time.
Honestly, I need
he brought up Howie Long. He's a big dude. I mean, yeah. So essentially, let's see, Howie Long. Let's find a good picture. I mean, well, let's see. Well, I always hit that wrong one because I swear, StreamYard again. They changed their stuff around. I'm like, whatever. So Howie Long was, this is kind of what he looks like. He is a big dude. It's kind of what he looks like now, but. I mean, but he would just kind of basically just said like a Howie Long type. I mean, you could see right there.
Yeah,
he's a big dude.
Because in the graphic novel, Bruce is like he's a beast.
I mean, you could see it. I mean, he's a big dude. I mean,
oh wait a minute. No, I know who Howie Long is.
Yeah,
no,
yes.
He
was in Broken Arrow. He was in Broken Arrow.
He was in Broken Arrow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, he was in Broken Arrow. So yeah. I remember because it was funny because during Film Junkie Live, I was like, I remember making a video about that. And I remember spending some time on the thumbnail, like putting the armored suit over the actor that Zach wanted. And I totally was like going, fuck, I totally forgot who he wanted. And then it hit me. I was like, oh yeah, he wanted he didn't say he wanted. He just said like Howie Long or something. He just, somebody that looks that he could be big and brooding and older,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, so it was pretty funny. And then Clone said it, Scott, how about them Hoosiers when he
Hey, good for them. I mean, seriously. No. Yeah, good for them.
Quite a game.
Especially that last touchdown run. Oh my God. All the hits he took. Like that was
Mendoza, right?
Yeah.
Mendoza, that they keep on talking about him because he's like he's going to get drafted to the Raiders apparently because they have #1 draft pick. But everybody's talking about
he was the Heisman winner this year.
Yes, yeah.
So
everybody's talking about Mendoza now.
Oh yeah, but he sounds like a stand-up guy from everything that I've seen. But that last touchdown run where he just went for it all. Hey. Good for Indiana. Hey, I'm okay with Cignetti. He worked for Alabama under Saban, so you know what? It's all in the family. It's all in the family.
And then you already kind of said like how many hot toys you have, like kind of like 6, 7.
Don't.
Did I just say that? Oh my!
You just said that. Oh God! I have kids. That's a reality for me. Okay, so to go back, how many hot toys? So there's a Superman and the Nightmare Batman. They're two different figures. Yeah. But they came as one set.
Yeah.
So that was one set, two figures. So I don't know how. Two figures.
Yeah, that's two figures.
That's two figures. Okay, then Keaton's Batman from the Flash.
Okay.
And then Batfleck from the Flash with the Bat Cycle.
Okay.
Then BVS Batman. The Dark Knight Returns, and then I have Battinson with the Bat Signal. I forgot to mention that.
You have that one, yeah.
I have never opened that one yet. And then Armored Batman. So I have 8.
8. So there you go. Got to round that up to 10, and then of course Clone of Henderson. We need a tour of Scott's Batcave. I've taken that tour after a Vodka stream. It's pretty gnarly. He's got a whole museum down there. Anyways, well, there you go. That's our opening of this episode
thank
here.
You. Hey guys, thank you. Dave even asked me if I was even up for this stream, and I told him I need it. Like I need. We both talked about how even when we were having shitty days, doing this stream is like therapy.
Yes, it is like therapy, and we always have fun with it. And now we got Plague to talk about with the returning character.
I don't care. Do not remember this episode at all.
I just remember the name False Face. That's it. That hit me. I was like, oh yeah, I remember because again, I mean, we've kind of talked about it when we first started talking about Batman Beyond and how like when they try to create new villains for Terry. And I remember because there is like Ink. It was kind of like the Clayface,
right?
And then so then it was like, and of course there's going to be some other villains that kind of like emulate some of the older villains and stuff like that. And then when you said False Face, I was like, okay, I remember that name because obviously you're thinking Two-Face. but it also kind of is almost a Clayface thing.
Okay, so
In a
here's
sense.
something. I'm jumping ahead on a note that I wrote down while
Yeah.
I was watching the episode tonight. By the time we see False Face's, I'm going to say true form,
Mhm.
it's Golden Age Clayface.
It totally is.
It's Basil Carlo, the way he appeared in his OG appearances. Like, go watch Caped Crusader and
Mhm.
watch the Clayface episode of Caped Crusader.
Yeah,
It's this design.
totally.
It's a Phantom of the Opera, Lon Chaney kind of look. So because I always felt like Clayface in the Golden Age was sort of a ripoff of Lon Chaney, and then they used sort of his Phantom of the Opera look
Yeah, with the big
for
eye, and
yeah, right, that. So yeah, Ink is more of kind of like it was sort of like the beyond version of a modern day Clayface,
yeah.
where False Face was like a cool callback to Basil Carlo Golden Age Clayface. So
Yeah, no, 100%. So the episode starts off with Terry, Dana, and was that
that was
who?
Chelsea.
That was Chelsea. It
Because
wasn't
remember, Blade
Blade.
doesn't speak
I get
anymore.
I get those two confused. Yeah,
Okay. Always remember, Chelsea was the one dating
Nelson,
Nash.
Nelson, no, whatever the hell you want to call him.
Yeah,
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 Nelson Nash.
yeah.
Whatever. Yeah,
But and she's got the I don't know what you call that hairstyle,
like a
but
pixie. I don't know.
the pixie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Chelsea has the pixie. Blade always had the skirt
Yes.
and the hair that did the little swoopy thing at the end. So
Yeah.
that's how I could tell. And but like we said, after the egg baby was going to be Blade's last speaking appearance in the series.
Yeah. Well, like we'll see her again, but not hear her.
Yes.
Yeah. So then naturally we okay, so they're picking up Nash, and then it's like, it's kind of weird because it's like, why would Terry want to be there? But at the same time, they're setting up what's happening here. And then of course he shows up after this is like he went somewhere for spring break. He's, I guess he went to Hawaii.
Spring break.
Yeah, so he's got the lei on him, he's got the Hawaiian shirt. And then of course the customs agent is just like, hey, let me search your bag. Did you bring anything back? And blah, blah, blah. And then he goes like, yeah, just take a look. And then of course we find this like, this vial of like this.
It doesn't look suspicious or ominous at all.
Not at all. It's green. It looks like it was TGRI that fucking created this.
Yes.
Like it's the secret of the ooze right there, man.
It's green, it's bubbling, it's in a glass canister. That's never that's never a good sign. Like
Never
all those are all major red flags.
Yes. And then of course he's like, all right, we gotta take this, and then he just lets him go. And then of course we get this the agent basically just kind of locks things down, walks back into like the storage area, I guess you could say. And then we see another character who's got a mask on, looking like a snake.
And okay, and so when I saw that, I was like, oh, so this is the introduction of Kobra.
Kobra, yes.
I remember Kobra, but I'm going to be honest, I never remembered Kobra being introduced this early. I remember Kobra being a season 3 thing. So that was one of those moments where I was like, wow, I really don't remember this episode, because I did not remember this being the introduction of Kobra, which is kind of funny because as a James Bond fan, it's basically a Batman Beyond version of Spectre.
Yeah, essentially. But yeah, so then of course we get that, and then we get introduced to the fact that this customs agent is False Face because he just rearranges his face, which is kind of a cool.
But it's essentially what Matt Hagen did in Feet of Clay before when he was just using the Renew You, before they, poured all that shit down his throat and he became Clayface. Yeah.
Yeah, those noises. Is those noises going to be in the Clayface movie? Maybe.
You know what? I'm saying it right now on the record. If they find some way to use those sound effects, dude, you got me. You got like I'll be there going.
Yes.
I'll be like that. I'll be like that Orson Welles gif.
The first time we hop on whatever live stream, whether it's Fox stream or this, we'll be like, they did it! They did it, man! They made the noises! Oh my god! Oh, it's gonna be. Yeah,
I don't think they will, but dear God, do I wish I want to like manifest it now into existence.
Never know. I mean, like homages are a thing, and
I mean, how many Transformers movies do we still hear?
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you. I mean, you never know. I mean, it's really just the director, and then you never know with Jimmy Guns and his deep cuts where he just goes, "Hey, why don't you add like some of that in there?" But who knows? It might be. We might be that might be too much of a deep thing where it's like because it's noises. It's not
right. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Still very much looking forward to that movie. Anyway, so yeah, we get that we figured that out, and then of course when when they're outside of the airport, this is where the stalker just like shows up just out of nowhere. And just. It's like, oh, he's back. And then, of course, Terry knows who he is. And, there's only so much he could do because this guy let's face it, he's a fucking warrior.
Right. And Terry's not in his suit.
No.
So he gets his ass handed to him. Like he gets smacked around with that bow staff, long jump pole thing.
And then, of course, he grabs Nash and just kind of like heads up onto the roof of the airport.
It was, however, cool though how like he like stuck it into Nash's shirt and like balancing Nash on by his shirt as he climbs at the building.
Yeah, gets up there, and then of course it's like starts grilling him about what he might have brought back, and then of course he doesn't have it, and then he just doesn't care. He just drops him. Just flat out drops him.
I'm sorry, there's no way Nash is surviving that fall. That's bullshit.
What are you talking about? The cushions of that convertible. They just totally broke the fall, Scott. What are we talking about here,
I was sitting there when Nash started falling. I was like, okay, did Terry change into the suit? And then he just falls into the car and he just survives. And I'm just like,
I know. At first, too, I was like, well, Terry's going to rescue him, right? He's going to like get into the suit real quick. And then then he's just going to grab him. Yeah. They did that thing where, we saw it in Batman the Animated Series where guys would fall and land in a tree comfortably.
Or somehow, fall off a bridge into the river below, and yet the surface tension isn't going to kill them when they hit the water,
Yeah. So yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Those guys are fine.
He's fine. Those guys, they're fine. They're fine. Totally fine.
And then, of course, this is where, Terry goes like, I'll go get help. And then, he shows up and then starts attacking, and then of course we get a nice little fight scene, and even Stalker's like, no, stop, like, hey, let's not do this. But of course Terry's thinking, dude, the last time I came across you were hunting me and wanted to kill me. So
he kidnapped his little brother in the last episode, the last time he showed up. So
exactly. So yeah, but then of course they after the fight, it's like one of those things where it's like, hey, no, I'm not here for you, this is what's happening, we gotta find this guy and blah blah blah. So it's like,
well,
so
but it helps that Agent Bennett shows up out of
that's the thing, is like we get Agent Bennett, which we got introduced to last episode, showing up and basically, hey, yeah, this is what's going on here, bud. It's like,
but did you notice that Bennett wasn't wearing the green shades?
No, not this time, because they're not needed for because last time it was Mr. Invisible Dude Particle Guy. What was his name? I totally forgot his
name. No, they was hunting Zeta.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Duh. I'm thinking I went too far back.
You went too far back. You went back to Sneak Peek.
Yeah, I was going back to that. No, Zeta. Yeah, because we were commenting about the glasses, and maybe they use the glasses to figure out who it is, because he's doing that hologram projection.
The hologram thing,
see through that, and that's why they wore the glasses. So yeah, maybe just didn't need them because that's why they. And I think this episode actually confirms why they needed that we're wearing those glasses is because they could see through the hologram projection.
I don't know. But no, because remember they were still having to use the scanners to even figure out who Zeta was. I don't know. It felt like a continuity error to me. But
interesting. Okay.
Because if I remember correctly, and we'll be able to confirm or deny when we start watching the Zeta Project, because I think Bennett wears the shades in the Zeta Project.
Okay.
So
all right. I just figured that was the reason why, and it was confirmed right here. But yeah, so we get like a little exposition right here where Bennett is just like basically going like, oh yeah, the guy's name is Falseface. He's working with a Kobra. And basically it's like, hey, they have this virus, and they do this whole thing where like it was released in, some like third world like kind of country, and it was devastating. So they didn't know exactly what they wanted to do. So they decided to, hey, we have the Stalker here captive, so he knows how to, stalk people, hunt people. So let's get him involved, and here we are.
This plot feels so much like a late 90s, early 2000s. It's The Rock. It's any movie that basically used the Ebola virus,
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like you hire a bad guy to, help. It's that whole trope, which nothing wrong with that trope. I always like that trope where you hire the bad guy to all of a sudden now he's the good guy. You sympathize with him because it's like, oh, and then you get some, you get kind of character development with the character because it's like, oh yeah, now you're turning into good, even though
it really is The Rock. Like Terry is Nick Cage, and the Stalker is Sean Connery, and Falseface is Ed Harris.
Womack, you son of a bitch, you piece of shit. Oh, I love that. Womack, I should have known, you piece of shit. Oh, God, I love that movie. Love that movie. And I 100% believe the theory, the 007 theory. Have you gone down that rabbit hole?
I have not. I think you've explained this rabbit hole.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. The theory is that he is his 007, identity. Like what we saw in those 007 movies with Sean Connery is the same character. He just got captive, and then, he knew all the secrets, so they locked him up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is James Bond, because there's always a theory that James Bond's not really real either. It's just like an alien. It's like the name that was always used for and every one of the James Bond are actually living in the same universe. And he was like the one that got, thrown into the fucking pit and he escaped the rock. Yeah. So I love that theory. I just do. I just love it. And it fits because he does know a lot of the secrets and shit when it comes to when you watch that movie. Anyways, so so we get that little explanation. And so then of course Bruce, thankfully, Bruce is here. He's here because he wasn't in the last episode. Remember, we kind of missed Bruce, but then it was like, he couldn't fit in the last episode.
But we need Bruce to do all the Cobra, all like the Cobra information,
Yeah. So now naturally, it's like Bruce needs to track down Falseface and try to figure out where Cobra has been kind of hiding throughout Gotham, and they find Gotham Plastics.
No, you're jumping ahead.
Oh, I'm totally jumping
Muscle
ahead.
City. Remember, Muscle City.
Muscle City first, yes.
Yeah, the Muscle City gym, because that was an old hang of Cobra. It's one of those convenient things that Bruce just knows these things.
Yeah.
Even though we've never heard of the Cobra organization, previously, but he knows because
of course.
He's the goddamn Batman, so he knows these things.
What do they call it? He's the chair guy. The chair guy? Was that
the guy in the chair?
Guy in the chair. He's the guy in the chair, so he's gonna know these things for sure. So yeah, that's right. They go to what's it called? Muscle City. Muscle City. Yeah. I was like, I totally jumped ahead on that.
So. Because the outside it kind of has that Atlas, that Atlas look where he's holding the world on his back kind of thing.
Yeah. And then of course when they show up, I love it, like because again, now you're having somebody who's talented in his, the way that he stalks and, stalks his prey, but he's primitive. So, you get up to like a little code panel. He's about to just destroy it. And Batman's like, no, I got this. And then he does his little fucking, robotic hack thing. Yeah. So, so then we get that whole dynamic, which is fun.
But and even before then, there was also kind of like the co-dynamic of how they each were taking out security cameras as they were.
Sure. Yeah, you get all that too. So, and then let's see, where am I at?
Well, because at that point, once they go into there, then you're in the big giant. You're in that room that's every evil secret organization seems to have, like the big giant screen with all the information and all the.
However, like before they go in there, when they have like an exchange where, because, obviously there's trust issues. And I love that the Stalker goes like, there are worse things than honorable death, because, obviously Terry's like, you were trying to kill me last time. And he's like, but there are worse things than an honorable death. And I was like, yeah, good line. Good line.
I also like Terry's response. It's a pretty short list.
Yes, exactly. Which, of course, Terry had to put a little quip in there.
Of course he did.
Of course. But but you're right. It's like that normal little thing of like that evil layer, kind of like almost like lab thing, whatever. You know what you're saying?
Yeah, because it's always the big screen, the giant room, all the goons.
Yes. In their
suits
and everything. Yeah. So
and then the Stalker attacks them all. I love how Terry's like,
I know. Well, at first it was like, okay, so Terry's, again, this is where the difference between
the different personalities.
Yeah. Because Terry's like, wait right here, I'll go investigate. He goes into stealth mode and is investigating, and then seeing all this, and then what happens? Stalker just goes no, and just all of a sudden, and then one of the guys gets a fucking bare foot to the face, and then he just starts taking him out. And he's like, Jesus, and he's like, what? And he literally goes, what did I say? What did stay put? Did you not understand? And then it's like, now we can't even ask any questions of like, what the fuck, because they're all knocked out. You knocked them all out. But what was good though?
Stalker has a good. Yes, he
does. He brings because obviously Terry's like, this is not the jungle, because Stalker's going like, hey, it's either kill or be killed kind of thing when it comes to that. And he's like, but this is not the jungle. But he then brings some of that logic into this, where he goes, well, every pack has an alpha, and they were looking at this guy as the alpha. So then Terry goes, well, all right, and then starts patting him down, finds a disc, puts the disc in, and then it's like, oh, okay, now this is where, there's something going on at Gotham Plastics.
Right, because there's the floor plan. Okay, so clearly something's going down. I do ever want to make a funny little animation note.
Okay.
Because as Terry is chewing the Stalker out, and of course you get that wide shot and you see all the knocked out Kobra goons. You get the one guy in the foreground, in the front of the shot, who's like laying there, and they've colored it so it just looks like he's got like this saliva dripping out of his mouth. I'm just like, all I want to do is take a pin and go.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be blue saliva oozing out of his mouth right now.
But probably not. Somebody was like going a little too crazy with the animations right there, I guess. But so they find that, and then it's like, okay, so now we're gonna go to the Gotham Classics, and then we get Falseface, who shows up there, and shows up as just like some guy that's like, hey, I'm gonna take over whatever the hell. But then he's got, apparently Falseface, his secret weapon is this gnarly fucking stun gun.
Okay, we go back to our discussion of stun gun versus taser. Which, if you want to relive that, let's go back to Superman the Animated Series Legacy Part 2. Go back to the series finale where we
No,
we
but I think we figured it out, and I've even asked in real life, because a stun gun is just basically just the thing that has the, the electric, between
electrodes
the two
basically,
prongs, like little two
prongs with the
prongs that are right
electricity
there.
that goes between them.
Yeah, and a taser actually shoots out prongs, and then it has the wires connected to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what like police use and whatever. So it's essentially just a gnarly stun gun, and so we see him take out the guard when it comes to just him, of course, eating a sandwich, watching a fucking football game. Such a trope, right? Such a trope. Like the guy on duty is always eating.
He's always eating, and he's always watching a game instead of whatever he's supposed to be watching.
Yeah. So always doing that. And then so he walks in, and then of course we get another Kobra guy. And basically, this is where we get the whole plan like unveiled.
Okay, so I have to say,
okay,
a lot of times with these terrorist organizations in fiction, there is usually and stop me if you don't follow what I'm, or at least don't agree with what I'm saying, but they usually have some sort of, if not overt, some underlying anti-capitalist motivation or sentiment.
Yeah.
So I felt like, without pointing a finger or like hanging a lantern on it, the idea of Kobra infecting cash cards because it would be the most efficient way to spread the virus, but yet using, but I felt like the subtext was, we're using their own capitalism or capitalistic society against them.
Totally agree.
I really want to go, that's kind of cool and deep.
Yeah.
It in the way that a lot of, if you're thinking in that 90s action movie trope, it felt like it was always anti-capitalist while they're also like demanding money, which is always like the hypocrisy of the whole thing.
It's like, fuck you guys and your capitalism, but we want to capitalize on this.
Yes.
No, I totally get what you're saying right there, because I thought it was like, it felt very like a 90s, like, movie plot, terrorist plot or whatever the hell, because I was like, oh yeah, what, obviously we use these things. I mean, and then it made me think like, Jesus Christ. I mean, luckily nowadays, I mean, back then, even though this is supposed to be in the future, but back then, because again, we have to remember that this was late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, back then you did have to give the card to somebody. So they actually touched your card. You almost felt bad for that. Nowadays, you don't have to do that. We have these, these terminals where you just have to hold the card up to it, and then it just beeps, which is great because now you're not passing around germs and shit like that. But but at the same time, it's like, that was very much, you always had to hand the card, and that thing is fucking dirty as hell. So if you coat it with a virus, I mean, I actually thought, wow, this little plot right here, I'm like, yeah, that would work. Wouldn't work now, like but at the same time, it could still maybe, because you're still having to either insert or tap that little, the little pad, whatever the hell, and it's still touching it. So I mean, they still have to wipe.
Technically, you don't have to touch it. Like, you can hover it. Like,
you can hover it too. Yeah, it is kind of crazy because I mean, it's funny because now I don't even, because I know like there is, if you use like your ATM, you have to like punch in your code. I mean, now, like, man, when I go to like, when I purchase something, I just boop, that's it. I don't even touch all that. I remember that was like a big thing with COVID. I remember they would put like plastic over the buttons and be like, oh yeah. But I'm like, yeah, but you realize like you should change that out with every, again, COVID, people were kind of trying to do what they could, but it wasn't working, because I'm like going, you have plastic over the buttons. So
but the germs are on the plastic.
Yeah. How is that going to save me when like you already had like 10 people touch that plastic? And it was just, it didn't make sense.
No, it didn't. But once again,
things didn't make sense.
But that's still the idea of, when you think about biological warfare, like
Yes.
these are the kind of things, because you're thinking about how can we, it's always about transmission.
Yes.
It's like how quickly and how many people can we infect. And so, like I said, I thought the plot, especially for a Saturday morning cartoon, really kind of like, if you want to say this is our evil master plan, and you kind of have to go, that's a good one.
It's a good plan.
Good one.
It's a good plan. It's a good plan because anytime you have to deal with like a virus, and we've seen so many different plots in movies and TV shows where you have to come up with like a creative way. And like I said, this is a Saturday morning cartoon. Not a bad way. Not a bad way. Like I said, even though it's like, it's still, because they do that whole, even like when they talk about like, when they're talking about the plan, they kind of show, it looks like they even show like somebody who looks like Dana. I don't know.
No, it is Dana and Chelsea.
And Chelsea, yeah.
Yeah.
So they even show like, oh yeah, you give the card to the guy and blah blah blah. But it's like, yeah, but back then we didn't know we were gonna have like these kind of card readers and stuff like that. Again, there's so many times where when Terry like pats down the main guy, he pulls out a mini disc. We don't have that shit anymore. There's certain things we just don't have anymore. But back then, when you're thinking about what's the future gonna be like, you're still thinking about physical things, and so it's a pretty good it's a good plot. It's a good little biological terrorist plot.
Yes.
And I like it. But yeah, so we get all that, and then of course, who intervenes? Batman and the Stalker. They intervene, as they do. And it's, obviously we get like this whole little like, fight scene that's happening. And then it's funny because obviously Batman grabs like the virus, but then of course he gets like knocked into like, and a bunch of like cards like just like fall on him,
right?
Yeah. And it's like, it's funny because man, he gets almost crushed by capitalism. It's like,
oh, that's so good. I didn't even think about that one. Oh, yeah. That's a good one, Dave.
Yeah, it's just and then after like the Stalker's like taking people out, and then of course he's digging through and he's trying to find Batman, and then of course he does, and he has the virus.
The
bottle. Yeah, the virus in the bottle vial. It's not a vial. I don't know what you call it too. What would you call it? Canister. Call it a canister. That's better. Canister. And then of course the main dude, the main Kobra guy that's there, basically when they like kind of like grill him, like what the fuck, where's False Face and everything. And then this is pretty cool too.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Plot twist, Kobra, and I love it how they even say Cobra Command at one point.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. And I totally had a G.I. Joe moment. Yes.
Wait a minute. This Cobra Command, all you had to put is an ER at the end of that. Cobra Commander. If anybody's, I wasn't big on G.I. Joes, but I know everybody knows Cobra Commander. Come on. That was kind of funny. I was like, oh, yeah. See what you did there. But yeah, so the backup plan in this, it was like, oh, well, joke's on you guys. If we weren't going to be able to do this, we put the virus in False Face, and he's out there, and he's going to go spread that thing around. So, ha, ha, ha. I was like, oh, shit. Good backup plan.
Good backup plan. You fucked over your guy, but okay.
Yeah, but but it's, smart because, like, if this doesn't work, we're just going to send somebody out there in Gotham City, and hopefully he starts transmitting the virus. And that was, and then of course, while all the craziness was happening, Stalker had his little grenade thing where he could track. And then,
which was a great callback because that's how we tracked Terry.
That's how we tracked Terry, yes.
In his last appearance. But the only thing, though, that I was disappointed in was when he explains it to Terry, there was no recognition on Terry's part that, like, remember, Terry, he did this to you. Remember, you talked about how, like, you had to strip down naked and take a shower, and Bruce had to, like, wash your clothes to get all the stuff off.
Yeah,
it's like,
it would have been cool if he went, oh, yeah. or something like that.
Right, just a little bit. Yeah, you know, it
Yeah.
didn't even have to be big, but it felt like Stalker was having to explain something that Terry should already know how it works.
Yeah. But then, of course, we get, sadly, when Stalker finds him, he gets zapped by the super crazy
Stun gun
stun
thing.
gun. Yeah, which he wasn't. And it was funny because even the animation showed like the electricity goes like down his scar. Did you see that?
Well, yeah,
Like,
because remember, he's got that
yeah,
cybernetic
yeah.
spinal
So it goes
implant.
right down that, and it's just like, and that's just going to totally put him out, like take him out of commission. So I love how they emphasize, like, hey, remember, he's got that. So the electricity, because obviously this is like the Ultimate Warrior. How are you going to just take him out with like a little, not a little stun gun, but it shouldn't be something that takes him out. But they emphasize, oh yeah, it goes down that. Remember that? Remember that, folks? So now he's out of commission.
But also credit to the writing that they don't waste time explaining that to you. It's like,
No.
oh no, if you watch this show,
I caught it.
You remember his backstory,
Yeah.
so you know what this
Literally.
means. Yeah. Oh, really? Dude, you went there. Okay.
Well, you said backstory. It's down his back. What? Come on. Come on.
I am not mad. I'm not even disappointed.
No.
I'm kind of upset I didn't come with it first.
Yes, there you go. See, I knew it. See, there it is. I love it. But yeah, so then now Terry, because they're in like a really public space.
Like a mall.
Yeah, like a mall area or whatever the hell. And so now Terry's got to be like, how am I going to find him? And of course, Bruce is in his ear, like, hey, try to search for whatever the hell. And then stupid for false face, he turned himself into Nash.
But you got to think that he's got to use, what are, faces he knows.
Yes.
Like, so he just quickly, here's that random kid. He doesn't know that Batman, is Terry. And so, but I did like how that was a great way for Terry to be able to go, wait a minute.
Wait, I know you right there. And this is where we're going to jump into the clip right here because, there he is right there trying to get away. Punch to the face. And then we see that there it is.
Not enough pimples.
Not enough pimples. And that damn stun gun.
Damn stun gun again. Yeah. But I also like the idea that, like this is false. Like I like the idea this is false face is real face. But also like if he has such a pliable face that if you punched it, it would like it's like if he's got a shapeshifter thing.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Is that a thong?
And false face.
False face.
He's here. I can feel it.
Very technical. Now, I thought this was an interesting. He used the electricity to light the clothes on fire. That's like
pretty cool.
Now, this, however, is a little ridiculous. That suddenly this fire spreads. Like
I know. Well, they had to make it dramatic,
Very dramatic.
Come out. You need help.
Out.
Metal pipe. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah. I like how they, the point of view from Terry's mask is pretty good.
Well, I also like the sound. Like if you listen when he got hit in the head, you actually heard it like metal on metal.
I love this too, like where his face is just turning into like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like.
I won't let you infect others.
Ouch. See, they had to make it dramatic.
Yes. Because at this point, Falseface still doesn't believe Terry that Kobra infected him.
Yeah, of course not.
You think my face looks bad? Wait till I'm done with yours.
By the way, is his voice anybody? Probably not.
Actually, yes.
Oh no, we didn't talk about that yet.
We'll talk
we'll
about
get
it.
to that.
It's a voice actor thing. It's not like
Oh,
an
okay.
act. It's not an on-screen actor thing.
Gotcha.
But I'm ready to blow your mind with who it is.
Oh
What did
no.
you expect from a pack of vipers? No! 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 Wait! McGinnis, are you still there? Yeah.
You know, you wouldn't be coughing,
Batman!
Terry, if you had a mask that covered your mouth. Just saying.
There you are.
And then right here, I love how they make it dramatic, like he's gonna stab him. Like, oh, come on, we know he's not gonna do that.
No.
Hurry!
But he uses, you know, as a lever.
But they had to make it dramatic, like he was like, I got you now. That was funny how they it was like, oh come on. And then he's all effed up right there. Oh. Again, Saturday morning cartoon, guys.
Save me.
It was not your time.
Not your
When
time.
you die, it will be by my hand,
Jesus.
and my hand alone.
Thanks. I guess.
Yes. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, you save basically Gotham. You're saving Gotham City and even possibly the world. And he just goes like, "Oh yeah, it's not your time. But when you do die, it'll be by my hands." It's like, fuck. Like, dude, like, can you just like not do that? I mean,
It's a bit much, dude. Okay.
yeah, we just like saved so many people, and you're still going, yeah, I'm gonna kill you one day.
But there's also the part of me that goes, you do
Yeah.
his false face just laying there, like dying of this awful virus. So, like, are we
Yeah,
going to like?
maybe wrap him up in something, maybe quarantine him.
I
You
know.
know, I don't know how the
I'm
virus
actually
spreads.
concerned for like the Stalker and Terry. It's like, how
Well,
are you
especially the
guys?
Stalker. He's like half naked. Terry at least has, you
The
know,
suit that we assume has some sort of filtration system
Yeah.
built in. Yeah.
even though like again his mouth opens and then he was coughing because of the smoke. It's like, well, dude, can't you? It's like that's always been like the question about like the Batman Beyond mask. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a full-on mask, but his mouth is exposed. Just kind of like the not the Cyborg, Steel.
Steel.
Has the
Oh,
same
yeah.
thing where it's like, wait, so you have a mask on that's like made of steel, but yet your mouth moves? Okay.
Yeah. We pointed that out in that episode.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I mean, I guess we'll just go with it.
Yeah. Heavy Metal from Superman the Animated Series. If
Yes.
y'all want to
That
listen
one
to
was.
our discussion of that.
I think it was always just like maybe it was like more of an, because, you know, one of the things that was brought up today with all the talk about Batman Brave and the Bold and who's writing it, there was a talk about Christina Hodson.
Yeah.
Saying like, oh yeah, she also wrote like a Batman Beyond script that she pitched that was praised, but they didn't do it. And and even talking with people, I think that was what Batgirl was actually going to lead to, or was setting up, or whatever, and it was going to be more of a Batgirl thing. Which I remember the rumors came out, and I was like, "That's why are you guys going to do that? Don't do that." But a lot of us wanted to have Michael Keaton be the old Bruce Wayne, and that's been out there for a while, where people have made art about it. We've wanted that, and I'm sure it's been pitched like crazy. And I think even Michael Keaton has even said that there was even at one point where they were that there was like a pitch. I think there was something that came out a little while ago where Michael Keaton said, "Oh yeah, there's been a pitch for that," but he said the only way he would do it is if Tim Burton would do it. So then they'd have that trilogy, that authentic like trilogy between them, which would be fucking awesome. And I would be like, I would welcome like a Tim Burton, you know, cyberpunk fucking crazy, you know. But I'm just like going like, anytime you see anybody attempt like a live version of the Batman Beyond, they're not going to have the mouth moving. It's just going to be covered.
Yeah.
You know? It's just going to be covered. Like, it just doesn't make sense to have that. It would just, I think for animation, yeah, it works for animation. Even when they did Steel live action, his whole face wasn't covered. His mouth was exposed. You know, it's like, because it just doesn't work.
What I would point to maybe is the Batman Beyond skin in Arkham Knight,
Okay.
which because when they did the Batman Beyond skin in Arkham City, it was straight up this suit.
Yeah.
But when they did the Batman Beyond suit for Arkham Knight, it was more like what would a Batman Beyond suit like actually look like kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that might be an idea.
The mouth ain't opening.
Yeah.
But for animation, you have to have that. You just do. I think that's why they designed it like that. I mean, obviously in the comic books, it's going to have that too, because that's the design, but it's just live action. If they ever do a freaking Batman Beyond live action, which eventually they'll get to it. Who knows when? I don't know. I think Keaton's time's up. I'm like, hey, Ben Affleck, he's right there. He's getting older. You could do it with him, but who knows what would happen with that. But yeah, if we ever get a live action Batman Beyond, there's no way that it's just going to be a full on.
Part of me, I would much rather like in the style of Into the Spider-Verse,
animated. Like an animation, which was pitched and concept art.
And it looks
fucking gorgeous. Amazing. I think they would, I think they would do that. But I just think that there will eventually be a live action Batman Beyond. I think animation would come first, like 100%. But if they ever do, but I think eventually they have to. I mean, because there's only, how many times we're going to do Batman, just regular Batman, and we're getting another one. That was the whole thing about today. It was about the script and who's writing it. And, it's like, eventually you guys just have to do Batman.
Here's the one thing I want to say to anyone talking about. You know what I want to see? I want to see a Christina Hodson script that doesn't get fucked with.
That's the thing. And that's the thing that I brought up too. And I'm going to shoot a video after this talking about this whole thing is, when I was seeing the reaction to everything, you got like the hardcore gun fans, you have the hardcore
Snyder
fans. And of course the Snyder fans are like, ha ha ha, this is going to be a disaster. It's doomed. And then you got the hardcore gun fans going, well, this is not, meh. And I'm like, I was actually more siding with the gun fans a little bit more because not everything that with those movies that she wrote was bad. I mean, and it got, the Flash got fucked with post. Yes, the Flash got fucked with badly.
Birds of Prey
got fucked with.
Fucked with.
Yes. And then Batgirl got canceled. Because of
tax write-off.
Tax write-off, and then the fact that it was supposed to fit after the Flash came out.
Yes.
And it was supposed to be setting up the multiverse thing, and then it was going to lead into this whole other thing, and they canceled that. So then they were like, well, we're not going to spend any money on finishing this movie. There's no point because it heavily relied on that.
Yeah, one of the 4 different endings that the Flash had at some point.
Yeah, so... And then I brought up like, well, even though I didn't think it was, I thought it was kind of like, it was fine. But a lot of people enjoyed Bumblebee. She wrote that.
Oh, I really enjoyed Bumblebee. I really enjoyed Bumblebee.
It's one of those, like, when I look back on it, like, I was kind of like, okay, it just reminded me of, it was like an E.T. It was like one of those type of movies. And I'm like, but then when in retrospect, I go, oh yeah, well, it's supposed to be that because it's supposed to take place in the past. It's supposed to be before all this. Yeah, it's supposed to have the E.T. type vibe where, oh my God, young person discovers this alien thing. Got to keep it under wraps from the parents. And then we got the military. And then it's all this whole thing. And I'm like, in retrospect, maybe I got to watch it again because I want you
to watch it again because I'm going to be honest with you. Bumblebee is maybe like low key of all the live action Transformers movies. It's my favorite.
Okay. I should watch it again. Haley Steinfeld, of course. But I'm just saying, like, I know. But I remember just walking out going, I just felt like.
And John Cena, he was.
John Cena's great in it. Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. He has one of the best lines in that movie when he's talking to the military. He's like, "We shouldn't trust them. Why? They're literally called Decepticons."
yeah. That's. I remember really enjoying that line. Like, they're literally called Decepticons. It's like, hello. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah. So I mean, again, So when it comes to all that, it's like, hey, let's trust the process a little bit. The only thing, like when it comes to the the DCU Batman movie, yeah, there's a lot riding on it because it's Batman.
Yes.
And it's a universe where now we got Batman in a shared universe that has already a lot of characters in it. So when I saw the discourse going on, and I'm like, well, give the girl a chance, because like again, the other movies, yeah, they just got Birds of Prey. Yeah, I mean the Cassandra Cain stuff. I was like, what were you doing with that character? I don't know what that was about. I didn't really like
but
that.
everything else, the
Yeah.
plot, what
Yeah.
you could. I spotted the ADR the first time I was watching the movie.
Yeah.
Like, this is how you change the plot. Like that's
Oh yeah.
that's the thing.
Yeah, they changed the plot on her, and then of course Flash was just, all kinds of things. But I mean, a lot of people were passing around the, when Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne is talking to Barry. Great scene, great dialogue. That's good. It's good. But then, and I enjoyed the Flash. I've said
I
that.
did too.
I can watch the Flash and enjoy it. Yeah, there's some decisions where I'm like, yeah, I don't, who knows what they were, when it comes to the Chrono Bowl or whatever the hell they call it. I mean, some of that stuff was like, yeah, at the end, a lot of people are like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, I can understand that. But I understand what they were going for. I don't know. We'll see what happens when it comes to all that. But I'm glad you said that. It's like, yeah, can we have a script where she didn't get fucked with by the studio? And, Bumblebee doesn't seem like that. It seems like
that seemed like Paramount was like, make the
that
movie, make that movie.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, by the way, so before we forget, I want
Yes.
to talk about the voice of False Face.
Oh yeah, who's False Face?
Okay, so False Face is a voice actor by the name of Townsend Coleman.
That sounds familiar.
Okay, don't look it up. I want
Okay.
I want to tell you. The number one thing you probably should know him as.
Oh God. Wait. Okay.
I couldn't hear it myself.
Yeah, no. Go ahead. Tell me. I was trying to remember his voice, but go ahead.
He was Michelangelo in the Teenage Mutant Ninja
Fucking
Turtles cartoon.
shit. I knew it was gonna be something. He was Michelangelo.
He was Michelangelo. Oh, and another 90s cartoon. He was the Tick.
He was the Dick? The Tick.
The Tick.
Oh, I thought you said the Dick. I was like, what? The Tick. He was also the Tick. Okay. All right. There it is, which I watched. Love that show. God damn. So he was Townsend. What's his name again?
Townsend Coleman.
Yeah.
He's a voice actor and a DJ. But yes.
That's funny. Townsend, I want to see what he looks like.
Yeah. But he's a voice actor.
Yeah. I think there you go. I think I've seen his face before. Yeah, Michelangelo, there he is, right next to somebody made a thumbnail of that. There you go. And then the Tick, there it is too. Townsend Coleman, nice. So he's
and
like,
apparently
God damn, he's 71 years old. He's been around.
Yes, he has. And then when they did the Tick TV show on Amazon, he had a cameo. He was the dog, the ex-superhero dog Midnight. So they brought him back as a callback.
He also did Waldo's.
Where's Waldo?
Yeah, he did that too. That's funny. Teen Wolf. I remember that short-lived series because there was a Teen Wolf cartoon in the 80s.
Yes, there was. I actually saw a video that was like, remember the thing in the 80s and the 90s when they would make children's cartoons out of R-rated movies?
He was in Pro Stars. He also did voice in Pro Stars. Remember Pro Stars?
No, I do not.
Oh, dude. I don't know who he played. So Pro Stars. Oh man, this was like so freaking. This was like what, 1991. It debuted in 1991. It took Bo Jackson, Michael Jordan, and Wayne Gretzky and turned them into superheroes. So they were there. They were them. But then they were secretly superheroes. It was so fucking cool. Michael Jordan had rockets on his sneakers so he could fly. Wayne Gretzky, he would like a hockey stick, and then skates would form out of his shoes. So then he would like be launching fucking pucks at bad guys. Bo Jackson was like huge. So he was like had like super strength, and then he had a baseball bat that shot out baseballs. So fucking cool, dude. It was so cool. Oh man, it didn't last long, but it was so fucking cool. Like
It's
me
such
and
a
my brother.
90s thing.
Oh,
Like,
it was so freaking cool.
oh
But yeah,
my
he was a voice in there too. I don't know whose voice he was, but I was like, oh, Pro Stars. That was such, oh man. It was a short-lived, I think it only went on for 1 or 2 seasons, but it was so freaking cool. And then at the end, of course, every episode they would have either one of those guys like do
Yeah.
some kind of lesson at the end.
Oh yeah, the PSA at
Yeah,
the end.
like what they would do with like GI Joe, and stuff like that, where it's like, oh yeah, you learn a lesson at the end. So it was, but it was short lived, probably because it was really expensive to
Well,
make.
for those name for
Yes.
their NILs probably.
It was at the height of their powers. I
Yes.
mean, 1991, that was the height of all those powers, and I mean, like, yeah, such a cool show though. But that's funny, Pro Stars. Oh man, that just took me back right there. But oh yeah, and then so all right, that's cool. That was like, yeah, when I saw that, I was like, Pro Stars. Oh, that's so awesome. So yeah, so we've heard him before for sure. Heard him before. But what do we got next week?
Okay, I do not remember the plot, but the episode season 2 has been a lot of this. I really got to go back and go, what was I doing during season 2? But the title sounds familiar. So I feel like it's going to be one of those episodes that like comes to me. But we're watching the episode April Moon.
Yeah, I don't remember this one either.
But the title sounds familiar to me. That's the thing. See, I didn't look at the thumbnail. I didn't look at the synopsis. I was just like, I'm saving myself so I can watch the episode and have the memories flood back.
Yeah, because even the thumbnail on Max is like, I don't know who's that guy.
Okay, it's one of those.
Yeah, it's like, all right, there's a dude there. I don't know who that guy is, but it's not ringing any bells. So, all right, so that's next week right there, guys. April Moon. Then we're gonna be talking about it in January. So, like it. But all right, so what we always do at the end of DC Fan-imated is, what movies are Scott and Dave going to watch this weekend? What do you got, Scott? I know you got some things going on right now, so I'm not sure if you're going to make it to the movies.
I don't know. I have tickets that I'm not sure if I'm going to get to use or not.
Okay.
But my goal is to see Mercy, the new Chris Pratt, Rebecca Ferguson movie. Yep. It's showing, and I on Monday, AMC does this thing where it's like movie unseen, where you can buy a ticket for a movie that you don't know what the movie is until it starts. But I think it was Mercy because it was 1 hour and 40 minutes and they were showing it in IMAX 3D. And I was like, I bet you this is Mercy. But then all the family stuff happened. And so I didn't get to go to it. So, and then with the winter storm coming, I got to be careful about when I'm, what's the weather going to do? Because it changes like every hour. So I'm hoping to catch it Friday, and I want to catch it in 3D just because I'm curious.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm curious what the experience will be like in IMAX 3D. So I want to see Mercy, but also I just found out today, the Testament of Ann Lee finally opened in my area. I
don't even know what that movie is.
It's the Amanda Seyfried movie.
Oh yes, they were talking about Oscar buzz for her with that, but I think
they were.
Late. It's too late because did it get limited release last year?
It got limited release last year.
Okay, so that's why they were trying to hey, maybe she'll get, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I've been waiting for it to open, and it just now is opening everywhere this weekend. So, but it's like I want to see Mercy, so about this, but then with the winter storm stuff and all the overtime I'm getting, it's kind of one of those things. But those are the two things I'm trying to balance. I do hope that everyone checked out my review for No Other Choice, because that movie is fucking amazing. That was
No other
really good.
choice. Which one was that one?
The Korean thriller
Oh
film.
yeah, that's right. That's right. I do want to see that.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is so worth it. And
Yeah, you said it was surprisingly funny.
funny.
Like,
I did
yeah.
not realize it was supposed to be like a satirical black comedy.
Yeah.
Like
No.
it was good. It was really good. And
good.
then Sunday night, Heather and I had a date night, and I took her to go see The Housemaid. So
Of course. I still got to watch that. I know you're reading. You've read the second book, right?
and I am halfway through the third book.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna see Mercy tomorrow. I got everybody wants it's kind of funny because it's like one of those movies where like, oh yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that. It looks good. It looks good. And I've seen the reviews. There's some mixed reviews online, but of course I ignore those.
It's that kind of movie that I expect to see mixed reviews for.
Yeah, because when
So-
you look at it, it's like, oh yeah, it does look like it could be just strictly for streaming. But at the same time, I'm like, but I'm intrigued by it because it's a murder mystery that has to do with AI. And then all you had to tell me was Rebecca Ferguson is the AI. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. that's
But
all
for
I
me,
need.
and then Chris Pratt's the hero.
Yeah.
I enjoy
Yeah,
Chris
I
Pratt.
like Chris Pratt too, but but let's face it, Rebecca Ferguson, that's all we needed.
That's all we needed.
I mean, just to hear her talk, and look, just look. Anyways, yeah. As I'm just saying, we both have a nice little crush on Rebecca.
we do, and it's
Yeah.
fair.
It's fair because it makes sense. She's great. She's fantastic. She's a fantastic actress, and she's nice to look at and
She's
listen
nice to look at too.
Yeah.
So, but I'm interested. Ever since I saw the trailer like a couple of months ago, I was like,
I was
No.
intrigued when I first saw it.
I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And
yeah.
apparently they use like a lot of different kind of camera rigs and stuff. That's why I'm like, okay, I think I do want to check out the 3D, because I can also imagine like when he's in the chair in the
Yeah, and all the
courtroom.
stuff.
Oh yeah, all the stuff.
All
I'm
the
sure that they'll-
holographic. Yeah.
that's the kind of stuff that 3D, when it's not like James Cameron 3D, like that's the kind of stuff that 3D works well with.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I'm seeing tomorrow. Should be fun. I always like it when when a trailer is intriguing, is when I'm not going by myself or just not me and my dad. It's like, oh, my brother, my nephew. They're like, oh yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see that. So yeah, should be a good old time. So look forward to that. Look forward to our reviews for Mercy. Hopefully, Scott, of course, things are happening, but hopefully, he can make it through the craziness that's happening back east when it comes to the winter weather.
Calm down, people.
Yeah,
It's gonna be cold rain. That's what we're gonna have.
that's probably what's going to end up happening, right? Just a cold rain, slushy rain, maybe. Ugh.
No, I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be too warm even for that. It's just gonna be cold and wet.
Yeah, which is never fun. Yeah, I remember when I went to New York and the first day we were there, like a fucking storm hit, and then we were walking around and it was just like wet snow. It was not fun snow. It was slushy.
No, I hate slushy.
It was like I literally I was so glad that I brought my boots. A couple of my friends did not, and they bought boots because I was like, because it was so just. And I was like, what were you guys thinking? And then the following days that we were there, it was that nice, calm, just good snow, and it was like, okay, we're good.
It's a nice powder.
Yes, but when it's slushy and it's just like, good God, it's like, what is going on here?
Okay, here's the weird thing with me when it comes to snow, because like the last time it snowed in Alabama was January of last year, which is funny because I was working my grocery job then. So like I'm going through this one going, oh yeah, I remember how this goes.
Yeah.
But I remember it was slushy and wet by like midday, but it was
Yeah.
still like gray and cloudy. It's like the slushy is okay if the sun's already come out.
Yeah,
But,
because
like-
it just melted away.
You're right. But when it's still gray and cloudy and windy and it's already too warm that it's already slushing,
Yeah.
it's just depressing.
Yeah. Right. Don't worry, Clone Avenger. You'll be okay. Yeah, he's worried about the icy roads.
Yeah,
That's what he's
I
worried
honestly don't think it's going to be cold enough for icy roads. That's
about. Okay, well, that's good.
the thing.
That's good.
We have a meteorologist over here in Alabama, and his name is James Spann. He's called Spann the Man, and
Right.
he's been around for decades, and he's already saying, yeah, right now you don't expect anything in that central Alabama area. Really, the only people to really worry about is like Dothan, Huntsville, everyone who's basically like around Tennessee.
James Spann said it could miss us. So
Yep.
yeah, Cone Avenger knows James Spann. So that's cool.
Everyone in Alabama knows James
Yeah,
Spann.
it sounds like he's the guy. He's the guy right there. I know. It's funny because we're supposed to get rain now Friday. So because we were getting like a little storm, we got some heavy fog. But again, like I said, everything changes all the time. So we were supposed to get rain tomorrow, but now we're getting rain possibly Friday, and then it's going to clear up through the weekend, and then it's going to get up to 70 degrees again.
I haven't seen anything like right now. It is 47 degrees outside and raining. So like that's my
Scott sent me a message when you went to see your last movie. And you were dressed you said you were dressed like a hobo.
yeah. That's when I went to go see No Other Choice. Yes.
That's what it was. And you were like, it was like 20 something degrees outside.
26 degrees outside.
And I think I told you, I was like, it's 56 over here.
Because I sent out a tweet saying if I'm going to see a movie at 10 p.m. and it's below freezing, there's a good chance I'm going to look like a cozy hobo. And so then just to you, I said, click.
Yeah.
Right,
he did look like a cozy hobo. He did. He, in fact, did look like a cozy hobo. But then I had to rub it in. I was like, it's 56 degrees here. I was like, had to do it. But, that's what happens in California. Anyways, guys. All right. So we got April Moon next week, and look forward to our reviews of Mercy, hopefully, in the next couple of days. And, and then, of course, Vodka Stream on Friday. And, and we should be all good. So thank you guys for joining in. Scott, if you have anything else to promote.
Just, of course, follow me on X at ScottDC27, on Vero at Scott McClellan, Letterboxd, Scott McClellan DC27, and hopefully I will be posting a cool unboxing video of this really hot Dark Knight Returns hot toy.
There you go. All right, guys, hit that like, thumbs up. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment on the stream. It always helps. And guys, we will talk to you later.